some important things to notice about the ethical egoism. What are the important points that we need to consider about the ethical egoism? It doesn't justify, it doesn't just say that from the moral point of view, one's own welfare counts as well as that of others. It doesn't justify, it doesn't just say from moral point of view, one's own welfare counts as well as others. It's not for the welfare of the self and for others. This is the important point we have to consider regarding egoism. Rather, it says from the moral point of view, only one's welfare counts. So it's self-centered, that means. And it doesn't when one is making a moral decision about how to act. So it's self-centered, that means egoism. Ethical egoism does not forbid one to help others or require one to harm others. This is the point, that it's not harming others. And egoism does not mean that to harm others. So ethical egoism does not forbid one to help others or require one to harm others. It just says that whatever moral reason you have to help others or not harm them must ultimately stem for the way in which helping them or not harming them helps you. Ethical egoism does not say that one ought always to do what is most pleasurable or enjoyable. You see, ethical egoism does not say that one ought always to do. It's not always what is most pleasurable or enjoyable. That means there might be sacrifices. There might be things that one will lose. It acknowledges that one's own self-interest may occasionally require pain or sacrifice. That's the point. There might be a pain and sacrifice during egoism, acting whenever somebody is acting egoism. Well, the psychological egoism. In Butler's term, this means that self-love. Psychological egoism means self-love, or the only basic principle in human nature. Self-love is the only basic principle in human nature according to psychological egoism. Self-love, loving oneself, extremely loving oneself, is the only basic principle in human nature according to the egoism, psychological egoism. In one set of contemporary terms, it means that ego satisfaction is the final aim. Ego satisfaction, self-satisfaction is the final aim of all activity, or that the pleasure principle is the basic drive in every individual's life. Generally, egoistic and particularistic consequentialism only takes into consideration how the consequence of an act will affect one's or a given group. Example, one's family, fellow citizens, compatriots, class, or race. This is the principle of psychological egoism. Moral rightness depends on the consequences for an individual agent, or maybe the limited groups like family, fellow citizens, compatriots, or class, or race maybe. So it's only for specific group, a limited group, or for the individual agent always. The rightness, something is right or wrong only for the individual's interests, that means, or the specific group. Utilitarianism. What's utilitarianism? This is the golden rule. Do to others as you would have them to do. Do to others as you would have them do to you. This is the golden rule. Or the reverse. Don't do unto others as you don't want them to do unto you. So this is a noble rule or of thumb, one that works in simple common senses or situation. This is just helping other people, that means. The classic utilitarianism. According to this view, rightness and wrongness are determined by the pleasure or pain of something produces. So this is the classic utilitarianism. Rightness and wrongness are determined by the pleasure or pain of something produces. That's what the classic utilitarian. This is all for this video. I hope you got it helpful, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.